The Queensland fires, they are bad, they are terrible for those involved, and they are also now being exploited, preyed upon by the vultures of the global warming movement. It's global warming, flap, flap, flap. And among those vultures are the Greens. Of course, you have Greens leader Richard Di Natale saying, these are the real-life consequences of the worsening climate crisis. And we have the devastating bushfires in Queensland show that the threat of climate change is real. That's from Independent MP Zali Steggall.
I mean, we see, the Amazon fire, the lungs of the world that are on fire at the moment. We see drastic bushfires and just the environment that's coming from that heating world, the conditions are leading to more severe impact.
There's an undeniable link between the changing climate and the bushfires that are ravaging southeast Queensland.
Yeah, they're all declaring a climate emergency, the people you just saw. And in the Sydney Morning Herald today, same sort of alarmist message. We have fires burning where they never used to burn. Now, this is really getting desperate stuff, desperately deceitful, dodgy. For one, the fires in the Amazon, they were much worse actually a decade ago, as I've shown here before. And the ones that you've been seeing on the news a couple of weeks ago, they were mainly on farmlands. Look, I could go on nitpicking the stuff, but let's look at the bigger picture. The ones that these scaremongers, these vultures today, were ignoring, the ones that they don't want you to see. Now, the reason we call it global warming is because we are talking about a global change, not just freaks of climate in one state of one country, a fire here, a fire there, global. Now, it is true, there has been a very slight warming over the past 40 years, just 0.13 of a degree per decade, according to satellite data. But it is still hard to be sure how much of that was even caused by man and whether that small warming is bad for us or actually good. Let's just focus on the fires here. Here is a fact that I have not seen a single journalist or activist or politician mention in this seizing on the Queensland fires. 2 years ago, the Science Journal, very reputable, published this study by NASA and other leading scientific institutions of fires around the globe using satellite measurements. Its conclusion, we're actually getting fewer fires, not more, in this age of global warming. It said, we found that global burned area declined by 24.3%, give or take nearly 9%. 24.3% over the past 18 years. And it shows on a map of the world the areas in blue where there are fewer fires over that time. And when you look at Australia in particular, it suggests a big decline here as well. A big decline in land burned each year by bushfires over that 18-year period. Less land burned by fire, not more. You might think then, the global warming seems to be producing fewer fires, directly against what the extremists today want you to believe. Now, I'm sorry, and I know I risk boring people by so often telling you the real data on the global warming scares that scaremongers are unleashing on the public every single day. And I know it's good, it'd be so much easier for me, maybe even interesting for people if I too just said, oh, global warming, it's going to kill us all, head for the hills, an extinction crisis, save the planet, stop eating meat, have no children. Listen to the weeping school children. They tell you the truth, but the facts do have to matter, surely. Or don't they?